I
It showed
know.
him.
Wow, what a build up for that.
What an intro.
I thought
There's still no word.
I thought this is hyping me up.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm meant to be doing something really spectacular.
Yeah, it's like, hello. Here we are.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well,
so you want to talk about photography today?
Yeah, I just thought because we've talked about customs, we've spoken about our collections and our favourite collections. So I thought, well, my main thing is photography. So
It is photography.
You've really started getting into that as well.
I have, but it's trying to. I really struggle at the moment for inspiration.
Yeah, where you've got your diorama now, though, it helps. I mean, I wish I had a diorama. But
it's coming. I wanted to actually paint your floors today to record it. So
I've got carpet, mate, so you won't be able to paint them.
Yeah, come around with a spray can. What are you doing?
No, I always find if I get a new figure, most of my figures now I get are if I want to do a photo with them, or if I want to do a custom with them. The only one I got recently that I don't really care for is that shadow cat. I only got her because she was £6, but mainly all my figures are for photo purposes. So I find one I'll switch between Marvel and Star Wars and NECA. Like I'll kind of 1 week I'll do a load of Star Wars.
You fall in love with one and then you fall in love with another.
And I'll do Star Wars for a month and then do Marvel. So but at the moment I've been alternating it quite a bit actually. So I think the inspiration obviously for Star Wars comes when the series and stuff are on as well.
Yeah, and it's not Andor. I think the inspiration for Star Wars at the moment is customs.
Yeah,
you're enjoying doing the custom parts of it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying doing Mandos and clones, and obviously you can do a lot with clones and Mandos, can't you?
Yeah, you can just
anything you want. Like obviously I've made that new Rammstein one, which was just a random thought that came into my head, and then did it. It turned out one of my better ones.
Yeah, now you made a decent clone trooper. But that's like me. I think my first one that I suppose collab in a way was Batman. Was the first one I done, and he turned out all right. And you sort of take them away and go back to it, and you come back again. So
that's the thing, like, inspiration. Like if you've got an idea for a photo, but you don't have the figure for it, make it.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I was doing. Like that's why I started playing COD, and I thought I really want to do a photo of like some like special forces and army, but don't have any figures. So I thought, well, I'll just make them out of Mandos, and it works.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so and I think the Mandos look pretty cool.
Yeah. At some point on this, I will be doing a live edit as well of my German Special Forces Mando, which is right there.
Oh, really? Now, look forward to it. I can make my coffee. Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
But I think inspiration is definitely a big key, isn't it? And I think it's a big key about collecting as well. I think if I was on my own, and not doing YouTube, would I stop collecting by now, or would I be really quite precise in what I collect? And I think I would be. But I think we inspire each other.
That's the main thing. Like I think if we hadn't started collabing and stuff, I'd kind of like my photography would have gone down, I think, in a way. Whereas we encourage each other to get different figures and try different things with them as well.
Yeah. But it's weird that we go for the same thing at the same time. It was always Star Wars.
Power Rangers, and that was a big mistake. Like I thought, I'll get the Red Ranger maybe, and then it moved on and then I've got loads of them now. So
but my ones are quite difficult to get hold of, and now the Green Ranger is going to be well hard to get hold of unless they do like a re-release. The blue and the green.
Oh, they'll easily do that. Now he's died. I reckon they'll do it again.
Yeah, you got cash in on it.
Oh yeah, why not? But,
yeah, but I prefer the green than I do the white. Yeah, so.
But getting new figures and new waves inspires photography as well. But I started collecting, and then I started following some people on Instagram and that, and then I kept seeing like all these photos. I was like, is that a figure? And then I think my first one I saw was Sergeant Bananas. It was like the first main one, big one, and then Sir Dork, and it's like I couldn't believe there was actual figures that I was doing photos of. And I thought that looks really cool. So I thought I'd try it myself. Started off with really shit photos, and then got a camera, started doing it properly, and I love it ever since. It's not even photo part. I like the editing part as well. So like, I like the idea of the photo,
like making it come alive, like getting the idea of doing a photo.
Yeah, so like,
and then adding life to it.
Like this one I'll be doing today, posing it. I thought, right, I'm gonna pose it, but in the edit, I want it to be shooting. I want it to be smoke. I want it to be all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can make that come to life on the screen as well. So it's what's I think that's what keeps it going, really. If I just did photos like some people do, and just upload it and call that photography, I wouldn't be doing it anymore.
Mind you, like my first kind of part. I mean, Instagram. I saw these people doing stuff, but I just didn't have the room for it at the time. And I'm not one of those people to go outside and take photos. Like, I would just not have the confidence at all to go out there and like. First, I'd probably drop something and then go, oh damn, like lost Boba Fett's blaster, like, and just sort of finding somewhere that's sort of like calm with no one around while you're taking pictures of a figure. And I'd be like, I'll get all the way, and they'd be like, I'll take a 2 or 3. No, I'll just do one now. Can't bother to do the rest.
Well, I'm lucky where I've got the garden to do it, but I do go out sometimes, and it's not as busy around where I am. But yeah, you get some of these people, and I see them on Instagram, and they're out in the middle of Times Square or in the middle of like
the New York guy. He does like the turtles and stuff, doesn't he? Like,
yeah, he does the turtles, he does Spider-Man and that. And they're really nice photos. He does, but I would not have the confidence and the bollocks. Can I say that?
Too late now.
The guts to actually do that, because you've got people walking past and they're staring at him. I'm like, mate, how are you not like embarrassed? I'd be imploding.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, I mean, you look at TikTok, how many random people are in Times Square doing what they do?
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, it must be like a TikTok central like kind of thing.
But I get that in this country as well. Like I was in Asda's the other day, and there was people doing TikToks in the middle of Asda's. I'm like, well, fair dues. Like I wouldn't.
And that's the staff, and you're like, I just want to be served.
I would not bring my figures into a supermarket. Do a photo with a can of beans.
I started off using my phone, and then got all fancy to realise the practical effects are so much more satisfying.
I do practical effects as well, but rarely. I mean, I've got it right here. I've got atmosphere aerosol, which is great stuff if you do outdoor photography or indoor photography.
A lot of people use vapes, I've seen as well when they do it.
Yeah, but I don't vape. I'm not trendy enough. But yeah, atmosphere aerosol and sparklers, my favourite things to use.
Oh, so I've never used anything like that. The only thing I've used is the inside of my microwave for photos.
That's good though. Inside of washing machines are good.
Yeah, I just think, well, when I do that, I have to like clear out my microwave and get all the rice out that I've cooked. It's nothing to be embarrassed. Well,
where are you from? Sorry, where are you from?
Brett Evans. Where is he from?
Yeah, where are you from? Because culture in our country is very different to America.
I can imagine like laying down and then like taking a picture. And it's like some 12-year-olds come over to me like, "What are you looking at, you faggot?" Start kicking me.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah, there you go. So you're in America. It's very different over here. If you've got a figure out and started doing a photo in the UK, guarantee a 10-year-old will come and stamp on your head. And their parents would abuse you and all.
Yeah, they'll just go like, "Oh, leave the poor man alone, Thomas."
I fight for a living, mate. Have you ever fought a 10-year-old?
Yeah. They'll come at you with loads of little other kids like come around the corner, like whole pack.
Yeah.
It's like, I can imagine like 10-year-olds in this country, you know, like bit in Jurassic Park where they look like these little cute little dinosaurs, and all of a sudden there's like about 50 million packs just come at you. It's just like...
they just come out of like a school where it's just like, get killed. Either that or you'd get arrested for being some kind of nonce.
Fight for living. Cool. What kind of fighting do you do? Daily, I'm Anakin. Brett Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite...
Yeah, it's just I do it in the countryside where there's like no one, but I'd never do it in like a town.
Yeah, town or park. To be honest, I got this. I got a park right next to me, and there's like this. The park's really old, but it's got all this nice sort of brickwork and stuff around it, and there's all these sort of other bits where it's over time. It's just sort of, I thought, it'd be great to have some stormtroopers coming down that bit there, but I just think no, it's a proper footpath as well. Like I'll be in the way of everyone, sort of like because it's like the loop that goes around the park. It's just these kids on there.
I've got this cool park near me. Me and my mate Ben went and did like photos there because he helped me. He helped the sparklers and stuff, and it's part of the MOD, part of the MOD land, and it's all fenced off, and you have to get round. You have to squeeze around the fence to get to it, and it's this nice, secluded kind of stony beach area. But because it's in the private land, obviously you have to be careful. But that's brilliant, and that's what I did a few years ago. I did the Darth Vader and the Rebel. We're going through, did sparklers and everything. Might come back there actually.
Yeah, you need to go and get some sparklers.
I've got loads of sparklers. I've got coloured ones. I've got big ones. I think the thing with sparklers though, doing photos is you have to be quick. He just throws it for a minute. You have to be like quick because like you light it and think, oh crap, right,
I'm back.
Let's go. It's like, because I don't like using a button. Yeah. This as it's melting the figure. Yeah.
You just come back with a couple of Stormtrooper legs. I've taken some photos next to the local walking trail, and surprisingly, nobody looked at me as if I was crazy. Yeah, I think, to be honest, if I got there and started doing it, it'd be fine.
Yeah,
but I think you just kind of have that, like, oh my god,
you have that mentality of like, there's people looking at me and they think I'm weird.
And I'm not being funny, but if I actually saw someone doing it, and even though I'm into it, I still would find it weird.
I'd be like, mate, grow up.
Sad though.
Yeah. Oh, you play with toys?
What toy is it?
Yeah.
Transformers. Yeah. Start kicking him, like.
Yeah, I'd stamp on his toy. Yeah. No, because I've gone out with my mate and done them, like photos, and it's fine when there's two of you. I feel like it's not as weird when there's two people doing it.
Well, because you got backup.
Yeah, but as one person doing it, I find it weird.
Yeah. Especially where you look like a 40-year-old guy as well, like laying down, taking pictures.
Yeah. Bloody schools. I was taking a photo of the figure, not the children. Yeah, I think I've kind of got you because you used to do like photography, but like just kind of on your desk sort of stuff, didn't you?
Yeah. See, I've never had the room. Like when I first started doing Instagram, which is back at my ex's. So I used to have a corner, which was an old built-in dressing table. So I used that, and we used to have one of those. It was like an ensuite, but the toilet and all that got removed. It was one of those electrical toilets in there, but it was bright white. It was like really painted, really white in there. So I used to just put them, and they had spotlights in there as well. So like it was really bright, and I used to take the pictures in there. But I always kind of posed them in certain ways when I had a lot of time. So every time I used to do a YouTube video, at the end of it, I used to do about 3 or 4 pictures afterwards. Now they're just like random, kind of like this one's fighting, this one's kind of standing up, and this one's talking to someone.
What I do.
It would have
mine.
Yeah, but I've always done pictures at the end of mine. So
yeah, no, but similar to what I do is like I sometimes some figures I'll go out and do loads of different photos.
Yeah,
but then some I'm just like it's in the same spot. Yeah.
But sometimes that's the limitations of the figure. Like you've got some great ideas, and they just won't stand. And then you go, right, I'll just bring in that leg in and that leg in. No, I'll bring that leg in. I'll bring that. No, I'll bring that leg in. And then they're just standing like this again. You're like, okay, I'll just leave it.
I use aluminium wire to hold figures up.
Yeah, I use my little stands I've got. But
it's not even the standing though that's the problem. It's the actual articulation that limits you. It's like
you're trying to get their leg to swing around doing one particular way.
If you get like that's why Spider-Man figures are brilliant. And like I was doing, you know, that symbiote one, that recent symbiote photo I did. Posing them was brilliant. Like all of them.
Yeah, because you can put them in.
Yeah, even the big ones. I was like, wow, it's articulating better than a Star Wars figure.
But I just find with when you do Marvel Legends, the articulation in them, you can exaggerate. You know, you can bring up their arms. You can actually twist them in a particular way that their body doesn't really move, because they're all supposed to be like agility. But when you do it to a Star Wars figure, if they can get to that kind of agility, it just looks really off as well.
Yeah, I was thinking like, because I did that pose with the Black Spider-Man, didn't I? And I thought if you could get like a Mace Windu or a Luke in this position, you could do so many good photos with them, but you can't.
A lot of my most recent photos have been boring. I use my lights of my display as a background. It does give a good look, like building lights and stuff. Yeah, which is fine. I started, when I said about the Instagram stuff, I started moving up when I got this place. You know, again, I used to use a white card on the white shelf, and then I changed it to
sometimes. Like if I don't have the inspiration, I'll just do a simple photo.
That's it. Yeah, the only time that you know, when we wanted to do a collab, I thought, you know what, I better really step up my game here because I'm doing a collab with you and you're, you know, and that's when I started doing it in front of the TV. Using the TV as a backdrop, and then using some other bits.
That's what we're saying about we inspire each other really to do stuff, because where you was collabing with me, where I actually do photography. No, but where I actually like, it's different to what you was doing, where you had like the black background. So I actually you had to kind of put them in a position and put them in a scenario.
To sort of like, and I always kind of wanted to do it, so it kind of gave me that excuse to do it. But and they always say like a lazy person makes the job easier, don't they? Because what I was doing, I was going on my laptop, finding a cool background, saving it, hooking it up to my TV, putting it onto the TV, and then I would like, because my TV is sort of on a stand, I put the ironing board in front of it, so that's the base of where
that ironing board should get the YouTube award.
Yeah, it's even my desk for live cams. It's an adjustable desk. It's amazing.
It's a bipod.
Yeah, that's it. And then I'd put it in front of the TV, and then I put other lights on it and other bits like that. Use some extra elements and whatnot. But what I do now, I don't even use backgrounds. I go on YouTube and I put in like ambient sounds of New York and all that, and it always does like sort of skyscrapers or whatever, stuff like that.
You get stuff
That's
like
what I
lights
use.
on it as well, don't you?
Yeah, and you get the good lights, and then I use my little kind of like RGB light. If it looks blue, then I put blue on it, so it's kind of gives that kind of 3D look around.
That's what I do. I haven't done a digital background for ages, and I do need to do some actually. But I've been doing those like composite kind of photos. Like I did the ghost one, and I've got a Venom one that I haven't uploaded yet. But where I take a photo of a plain background with the figure in front of a plain background, and then kind of superimpose it all in Photoshop afterwards, which gives the same effect as what like a digital background would sometimes. Just a different technique of doing stuff. It changes it up a bit, makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Because I don't use Photoshop and all that. Mine's
Sir Dork does great work. Yeah, he does. He's one of the ones that inspired me to start doing photography.
But yeah, just I mean, I only use it. Was it Pixar? I use.
But you can still get. It doesn't matter what you use really, as long as it's work.
No. The thing is that when I started using Pixar, and people introduced me into it, they would just put the stickers on, which is like a lightsaber, and they just chuck the on there. And it just looks fake. But there's actually ways of doing it to go in even further and edit it, the lighting source and different things, and actually you can make them look like it's coming from the figure. But you've got to do the other practical work beforehand.
When I started doing it on my phone, when I was taking photos on my phone, I used to use the free app version of Photoshop and Lightroom. And they did wonders. But I had Photoshop on my desktop, like from when I was at college. So I thought, when I actually got the camera, I thought, well, I'm going to have a go at doing them properly on
here. Oh, mate.
No, a regular. All right. So,
yeah,
what I'll do is I'll probably go through and edit now. And we'll just talk over it. I'll put it up in the background.
Yeah, go on then. We'll watch you edit.
It's not.
I'm glad you prepared for this. Like today, I've just been literally lazing about. Like, yeah,
no,
boy.
I thought about it. What's that? I'm gonna get a 20 figure haul. Jesus, that's
nice.
Yeah, I haven't had one of them ever. I'll get them and then think, why have I done that to myself?
On the way to it now. Nice.
There you go. Right, I brought it up. So, I mean, this is one of my customs I did. Obviously, this is my German custom. He's not doing a salute. He's holding a gun. But I get I like my photos having that kind of border on them. That parallel kind of border.
Yeah.
Because you can show the whole figure, the whole photo. And before, when I was doing like Instagram and stuff, it was like it would.
Well, it's changed now, isn't it? The dimensions, because beforehand you could only really do one by one.
Yeah, because now it used to zoom into your photo, didn't it? And it was awful. But I just like having that kind of display on it. How do you guys use your washer or dryer? Open it up, chuck the figure in, and take a photo.
Just remember to remove it.
Yeah, make sure it's not on, because that would be disaster. I have literally a bank of loads of different effects that I use, and backgrounds as well. But I don't need to do a background on this one. So yeah, washer and stuff. I've used dryers, washers, Baths. I've used all sorts on mine. On my
fridge,
fridge.
freezer.
Yeah.
I remember someone doing a really cool job of Hoff, like the base of Hoff.
I've done a really cool one of Hoff. One of my older photos. I don't know if I was talking to you then. Was I?
Maybe. I think we started talking when you sort of first joined, I think, didn't we?
No, not fully though, was it? It's I used a white towel, atmosphere aerosol, my big 8080, had all sorts. And that's when I went full in, like when I could be bothered.
There was me taking a picture of it on a shelf and getting like 1,000 likes at the time.
I used to make like caves out of Amazon packaging and everything, but you don't really get all that anymore. I was the first person to watch your AliExpress clone review last week. Oh, sorry, I didn't click it. Oh, was you there? Oh, nice one. That's got loads of views now, my AliExpress one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
They always do really well, to be honest.
Even the symbiote ones I've recently got are like doing really well. She's mad, really.
You're coming up to 200 subs there.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, if stuff don't come up on the screen, it's because I've got two screens and it's just come on. It's just not on that screen at the moment. So if stuff's happening off screen, that's why.
Oh, you're bringing in suspense.
So what's your plans for your next customs and what customs you got coming in?
Apart from the ones that I've done, I don't know. Like, still not too sure what I want to do next. I still need to do. Well, I've got the idea and I've got his backstory, which is split, and he will be joining the 618th Battalion.
That's your
Centurion one.
That's your assassin one you want to do, innit?
Yeah. So he will have the
split
micro binoculars.
Split. You're going to do two colours, isn't you?
Yeah. So it'll be like one side all red and one side all blue, but not fully. I think that's where I'm going to go with it. It's just I'm really struggling at the moment to get inspiration of like clone trooper colours, not clone patterns.
Yeah. I find colours is quite easy to do.
But it's just kind of making them unique because there is a lot out there and breaking it away.
Well, I've been doing what you suggested, is looking up cosplays and different. Why the hell has that gone like that?
Most of your videos, my archive Grand Admiral talking, it has 209. Nice. Well done, mate. Have you made more clones for your Coral Squad?
No. I'll show that now. So my other clone for the Coral Squad was meant to be this heavy, but I didn't want to do it anymore. I ain't got it's kind of like, I will do them. I just wanted to do other stuff. And I've done this Rammstein custom. He's got chains on. And his name is Commander Riff because he's a heavy and heavy Riff, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got the logo on, chains, knife, gun, 3D parts. This is 3D printed, head's 3D printed, that's 3D printed, that's 3D printed. And his booby pad is 3D printed. So,
booby badge.
Yeah. But yeah, that is going to be a video that I'll be filming soon. I'll be doing a showcase of him. I just need to go over the legs and stuff, because where it's the boot legs, the paint don't stick to them very well. But I will be going over that again at some point. Hope that answers your question.
Riff, that's pretty rad.
Exactly. Like I thought, because my original idea, like I said to Steve, I wanted to do like a battle jacket, you know, like with all the patches and stuff on, like metalheads wear, and and you said it was going to be too much if it was like all over one clone. So I thought, well, I'll just do one kind of like fanboy clone, I guess. So I did Rammstein, I did Riff, and do you know what? I'll probably do some more. Like I've got ideas. I want to do a ZZ Top one. I want to do like the colours of the car that they have, the red and the yellow, the gold, and that. I think that would look pretty cool. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing some more musical themed clones.
So you go for musical. Mine's superheroes mainly. Mind you, I'm looking forward to doing superhero ones.
Well, mine's musical and military, isn't it? Like the one I'm editing currently on screen is one of my recent military ones. I still haven't done a video of, so I need to do a video of that actually.
Well, I was thinking that, I mean, I've got to do this week's hangout, which I'll do and show off some of the clones and customs that I've done this week, because they're only like easy little quick ones. And then the following hangout one, I was actually going to do my reveal of my newest ARC Trooper that I've done.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. So that I get special privileges.
Yeah, you get so you get the behind the scenes, and then I think with the video I'll do like all my crossovers on the video.
Right. So what I've done is I've finished editing in Photoshop. I then take them over and I'll go.
So what have you added? Just the smoke and the gunshot?
The smoke, gun, lens flare, and then what I do is I'll go over to Lightroom and I'll do all the lighting edits. So I'll stop sharing and we'll load that up because it'll probably crash if I'm sharing screens. So.
Have you made any customs recently besides RSing, which was a really cool video?
Yeah, he has. Haven't you, Joe?
Yeah, I've been really busy this week. I'm going to do a hangout video for tomorrow night, which will go into a lot more details into the one. So far this week, I have turned the Bly figure into a Star Corpse grunt.
Like he's got inspiration from me for that one.
Yeah, I did actually. Well, it was supposed to go as Bo, no Apo, but obviously then they brought out that other one. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll do Bo, and then they brought out Bo. So it was like, okay, well,
are you sure these AliExpress people aren't just inside your brain?
Yeah, I reckon they are. Do you know? I actually asked them. I sent them a message saying, "Would you like to work collab with me?" And then they come back, no.
What they told you to piss off?
No, well, they was quite polite, but they just said like, not now, which is basically piss off.
Probably because they're not legit. Might be why.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people on YouTube do like a lot of other stuff from AliExpress, which is dodgy. So I don't know if you remember my other clone that I'd done, which is the one that was completely covered in the British flag. It was supposed to be Agent Carter. Bit of a backstory of that one. It was my worst ever custom I ever made, which actually put me off customizing for a year. I just hated the way, because it was the first time really I started painting. Oh, that one's broke now. Dropped it. It was the first time I started painting the new clones. And as Callum would say, it is a pain in the arse to paint the clones because the paint just literally drums off them. It just evaporates.
I'll show you on this one. So this was painted yesterday, and when it wasn't dry, it looked fully black. But now it's all dry, you can see
it sort of comes through, doesn't it?
The white has come through, so I'm going to have to go over it again.
So it was one of my worst customs, and so I've repainted it, so it's actually got even more paint on there. I did try acetoning it all off, but I've just turned it into a G.I. Joe Crimson Guard.
Looks much better.
Yeah. I think now it's all one colour.
Because you had the paint on it already, it kind of...
Well, I managed to get most of the paint off on the top torso and the head off. It was just his legs in the end. And I just thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to paint over it and just be done with it. So that's the Crimson. I can't... Oh, I'm going to have to leave cam.
It's all right, I'm sharing screen again now.
Right.
Right, so we're over on Lightroom now, another Adobe product. And this is where I do all the lighting edits. So if I haven't used like a proper, all these different lights and stuff, I can just do it on this.
Yeah.
And you can tell when you edit the lighting on a photo, how much better they look the minute you start kind of darkening them and doing contrast.
Making it fully black is a lot better.
Yeah, like if there we go.
Yeah. And actually, that makes your photography look like so good.
Sick, actually. No, but like you have to get it just right, the balance of it, like the exposure, contrast, shadows and stuff. Shadows you don't usually have to edit unless it's like extremely bright. I don't usually edit them too much. And then I just edit the temperature. And it brings out the lighting a lot better on if you do like a blue kind of cold temperature, it brings out the lighting a lot more, and it's good for nighttime and rain like thing. And if you're outside, warm temperature.
Yeah.
As well. But yeah. So this is pretty much what I do. Texture. If the figure, and this is quite good actually, if the figure is really bad that they've done, and you up the texture and the clarity, you can really see how badly painted they are. This, not that bad, because I did it. But, on like some of the actual like Hasbro painted ones, you can really see how blotchy some of the different paints are.
Yeah,
they've used different paints and plastics, it'll bring it out on them. But
that's what the blue light does on my display at night. Like you can see the different plastics in arms, like their arms all made of these different color plastics, and the torso looks really dark compared to the
my Spider-Man cabinet there. You'll notice that, like when that blue light comes on, you'll see that.
Yeah, you just see all like their arms, like all these sort of different.
Especially Black Cat's the worst one for that.
Oh, I don't know. Mine's completely different now.
Are you going to edit the Black Widow?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did you do a video?
No, that's what's going on my Hangout video, so which would go live tomorrow night. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 characters in there, and then a name reveal, because I haven't done the name reveal for my Jedi. And
what your your turtle one?
Yeah, which I was going to actually repaint, actually not fully, but I was going to go over to the blue that I've added to the guy because it just looks awful. So I should do that.
So there you go. Look. So I've added different gradients of lighting. Got a linear gradient, comes up from there. So pretty much where the light source is coming from, I'll brighten up that corner. And then if there's any effects on the actual figure, so like where I've put the gunshot, I'll put like a radial kind of light effect, and it just makes that a bit more kind of orange, that little patch. And so the rest of it saves you having to use all these different lights for different things, because sometimes that can make your photo look really kind of overexposed. So I just add it in post, and then that's done. And then you'll probably see that on Instagram tonight.
Wow. I won't like it.
Cool. Quick
Are you
turnaround.
using Photoshop?
I'm using Photoshop. I did. So the first one I showed when I was putting the effects on, that was Photoshop. And now this is Lightroom at the top there, where I do the lighting edits and stuff like that. Both by Adobe. So if you do want to do that, you get the photography bundle and you get Lightroom and Photoshop together. They come as a package. So yeah.
Right. Oh, thank you so much for that. I feel like a master already if I used it.
You know, it's just a nice little rundown of how my day-to-day activities
that you don't do outside.
Yeah. So outside of this live stream, that is what I do.
That's it.
That's it.
All day. Earn a living.
I edit this same photo over and over again. No, yeah, I love editing photos, especially if I'm happy with the photo. A lot of the times, if I take a photo and I'm not that happy with it, I just took it because it's quick.
Yeah.
I don't care about editing too much, so I'll literally just change the lighting. That's it.
Sometimes you do it all, didn't you? I mean, sometimes you just want a little bit of like a response back that you've done a cool picture, didn't you? And then you do it and you get like 20 likes, and you're like,
I know, and that's my problem. Is like, I like uploading them. Like, that's why I do it. But it is nice to have some kind of feedback.
Yeah.
And I'll get I'll get like a regular few commenters on it that comment on all of my photos.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to show like all these new followers I'm getting, their opinions. Do you know what I mean? Why they followed, sort of thing. But
yeah, that's it. I just don't think. I do like the new update that they've done though. Like, you can share someone's picture now without like going through all the hassle, and it lets them know that you have actually shared their picture without putting like an @ thing on the story.
Oh yeah.
Which is good, because then I find that actually I've been shared quite a few times.
Yeah, I'm being shared more now because of that.
So yeah, which is pretty cool. I think Instagram is completely used differently now compared to what it was. Everyone uses it as now, because as soon as you start going on to the reels, you won't come off it, because you just keep going through reels. You won't come off it to look at the photo.
All my reels that I do always get a lot more people on them.
I haven't done a short or a reel for ages, to be honest. But again, I keep forget, like, got no ideas. So I'm just updating my Leonardo.
View. I want to get into figure photography. I mean, that's what I started with, and now I'm into doing the customs and stuff. But the photography side of things, I mean,
it gives you more. You're buying these figures for. You're doing reviews now as well.
It gives you something to do with them.
Yeah, and it makes them. Unless you still play with them.
Yeah, it depends how old you
are. Yeah. Sometimes I'll sit there and go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to make this photo and all that. And I suppose it's like adult way of playing with toys still, because you're kind of making that scenario and the story and that.
That's what I mean. Like, I'll as I said earlier, like, I buy figures that I think I can do a good photo with.
Yeah,
it'll make a cool photo. Unless it's Black Series, and then you're kind of stuck. But most Marvel Legends and stuff, you think, right, I can do him fighting him. I can do him jumping off with this, and
you go,
Power Rangers
cool
as well.
To make that kind of picture.
Yeah, so the Power Rangers, when they came, I was like, I can't wait to do like some acrobatic kind of photos with them, like doing backflips and jumping over things and that. It gives you that kind of inspiration to do something with them rather than just sit them on a shelf gathering dust.
Yeah, just standing there like a T-pose.
Yeah. And it also, if you do reviews, which I think you do, it gives you that kind of knowledge of how the figure actually works in different scenarios.
Yeah.
So, like, what I do is I do my photos before I review the figure, so then I know what the articulation's like.
What do you mean you don't get it out of the box straight away and just review it?
No.
I'm finding that it's got ball jointed hands.
Yeah, there are certain reviewers that do that. Don't follow their example. Super salt.
But yeah, you just gotta enjoy it, and that's what I mean. I think the thing is a good thing about.
Do you want me to share screens again? I'm doing another edit.
Might as well. I'm just
well.
customizing Leo. Just adding a bit.
We'd already customized him.
I have, but I got better blue.
Phase to action review. This is Photoshop. Looks a bit different to Lightroom. But this is my recent custom that I did. So there you go, a little sneak preview there.
You're not going to add like metal cuts and stuff to him, right?
What?
Dings and dents.
No.
Oh, okay.
I just need to go over his inner legs again. The inner legs seem to be the worst bit on these bootleg figures.
Yeah, I think on your arm as well, I can see.
Yeah. You can't see it as much. You can see it on... It's weird. You can see it on the laptop screen.
Yeah.
On my monitor,
but that's what I find. When sometimes I sit there and I've done a custom and I go and do a review of the custom and I look at it and go, oh my God, there's all that. Yeah. Where it's like zoomed in, I'm like, oh my God, I've got to go away and sort all that out before I put it.
That's what I do with most of, like Mandalorians I've done. But you see, I've missed that. I've missed bits.
I've been told by people that do photography that I'm good. I've done a few, but it's not professional. I want to make dioramas with foam board.
It don't have to be professional.
No,
you're not a professional, yeah. You do it as a hobby. It's not.
Like you think, like
You think I'm professional,
or me? Like all my stuff is like I use my phone. Everything I use my phone.
Don't do that. You get a nice camera. Do it. Yeah.
Yeah, boring.
Don't be Steve.
Yeah, I mean everything I do, all my photography is done by my phone. My YouTube is all done by from my phone.
My YouTube's done on my phone.
Yeah, I just everything is literally.
I'll be right back. I'll show you. I'll get my equipment.
How are you? Oh, yeah, sure. Huh? Get your phone.
Yeah. Yes, you guys are very professional. No, we ain't.
Yes, you guys are very professional. No, it's just I think professionalism comes with just being confident in doing what you do. You starting off, you look at my first ever review, and I'm like, "Hi guys, how are you?" I don't know what to call my channel yet, and my pictures as well. But it's just kind of doing it. So you think we've been doing it now for 3-4 years?
Yeah. There's my camera.
Compensating for size. I don't have the best camera, so I use my family's phone because the better cameras. I have an iPhone SE. I'm not too sure how old that iPhone is. I have a Samsung
iPhones,
S20. S20, I think.
I've got an iPhone 11. What I'll do you follow me on Instagram, Phase to Action Review? Because if you do, what I can do is I'll do a photo of the same photo with a phone, and I'll do it with a camera as well. See the difference. But this is a D5600 Nikon. That's what I use. I've got the 55mm lens on it. I have got a bigger lens. Do you want to see my big lens?
No, it's not 9 o'clock yet.
Here's my big lens. This is a 200mm, and it's got a poppy appeal. Donate. But yeah, so give it a little rub, pops up like that. 200 mil. I don't have Instagram, but I will soon for my channel. You need to get Instagram. That's where most of our work is.
Yeah, that's it.
All these photos you're seeing, me edit it, go on my Instagram.
iPhone SE came out 2020 or 2021, I think. 2020. Yeah, my phone come out in 2020. So
yeah, iPhones, they're not bad. Phones have really good cameras on now.
Yeah, I mean, just literally take the photo, and if you feel like your photo is a little bit off, it's probably your settings. It's probably your light sourcing and stuff like that. So check all that lighting and stuff. You might have too much light coming in over top and whatnot. So
as I said,
just make sure you've got some lights that you can dull down, dim up, etc. I use my phone's got Pro mode on it, where I can actually change the sort of like the warmth and the light and the exposure and stuff like that. So just play with that. Just literally play about with it to get a really nice.
Like I said earlier, like if a photo looks so much better when you dim the exposure because it brings out the detail. If you have a photo, if you have a photo that's too well lit, it just looks faded out. It looks like what is it like? It just looks really kind of faded. So if the darker the photo, the better it'll be.
My channel background is one of my bounty hunter photos of a diorama made for Tatooine. Not very good. But you should show it off. Get it on the Instagram. Show it off. I've always wanted to do a Tatooine diorama, but I ended up doing New York because I was into Marvel Legends at the time.
Then you can use New York as Coruscant as well.
I suppose you can. Yeah,
the lower levels, can't they?
Yeah. You might be able to do that soon.
Yeah, when I finally get my diorama.
I'll finish off painting. What's the time? I'll do the painting tomorrow.
Right, guys, if you're watching, if Steve ever starts selling these dioramas, don't expect it within the first 5 years.
I'm trying to catch you up. How long did you have my black cat for?
Huh?
How long did you have my black cat for? I'm trying to catch up.
Well, I bought you something else now, and didn't I send you Sphinx? I bought you Sphinx as well, didn't I? King Sphinx.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. So I will do it. I will
do it.
Yeah. It's. Do you know what it was? Because we used to do live, didn't we? And I used to be recording on my phone, and then we just chat live, like to each other, not on YouTube when I was doing it. So it's just trying to get that time.
Well, we can do next week. Maybe we can do another custom live stream.
Yeah, and I could film from my kitchen while I'm painting.
Yeah, I can film from here because I do it on my desk.
Yeah. Well, I've run out of customs now. I've done loads. Unless I suppose I don't want to paint a clone while I'm doing live because I don't like the way the paints go, and I'll be like, getting.
But I find that sometimes I can't concentrate if I'm talking at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I want to do an easy one. So, yeah.
Should we end it up there then? We've done
we can do.
We've done an hour, so
I've already done an hour, which is good.
Yeah,
not too bad. Another day done. I need to go get coffee then.
Yeah, I hope you liked seeing some of the editing as well. I was going to do editing videos on my YouTube, but it's just making. I like concentrating, doing stuff, and I don't want to talk while doing it. So doing it on live is a bit easier because you can talk while I'm doing this.
Yeah, I can keep them entertained.
Yeah,
I might start juggling soon.
Or just get your cock out or something.
Well, probably not that. You know, I don't want to be a comedian. I mean, I could always do like one of those videos where I could actually like, what would happen if I pull this figure off?
Yeah, if you ever wanted to redo your room, just press a figure like that and see how many come down like dominoes.
Yeah, it'd just be like, you know, those people that destroy, like they built like the Millennium Falcon in Lego and then they just drop it.
Yeah.
And they get like millions of views. Maybe I'll do that with
Red
this.
Hulk and Juggernaut at the back of my shelf. If I just went bang under the shelf, bang, all that would come off.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like with me, I'm actually really tempting fate being so close to them because where like the floor is so sort of like bouncy.
Yeah.
So if I'm even just like walk past in a bit of a rush, they go.
I've done it loads of times. Like you said, like when I first came here, you thought, "Oh, your head's well close to that." It's not. But sometimes if I get up, and I don't think, I'll hit my head on that, and then I'll get loads of figures on top of me.
I bet. Yeah, I'm really close to it. I'm just like there today. So yeah,
right.
Let's call it off.
Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Just a quick one, really, about toy photography.
Yeah,
and we'll think about. Oh, one thing we was going to do was.
Oh, we didn't do that, did we?
Yeah, ideas for if you've got any ideas for us to do a collab together. What you want to see?
Yeah, well, it's a bit late now. It's coming up.
Yeah, but if we get comments on it afterwards,
yeah, comment down below what other figures you would like to see in our Instagram post. I mean, Phase 2 hasn't got Instagram, so even if we'd done it, you wouldn't be able to see it.
We could still show them next time on the live.
Get Instagram. You need it. Like,
yeah. Instagram is the future.
Well, I think it's been around for too long to be the future, but it's a really good. It's a really good way to extend your channel and interest. With Instagram and YouTube together work hand in hand. So I would advertise myself on Instagram by saying like, got a new figure that's come out, here it is, and you can put a link on your story and people can do that. I don't know if many people actually use those links, but you know, someone might.
I mean, some of my followers have followed me on Instagram, on Finny, on YouTube.
I want you guys to make a custom Jedi clone. A clone. That's a Jedi.
Well, I could just stick a lightsaber in one of their hands, can't I?
Yeah. Mind you, I did that a little while back, and then I realised it was actually in a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith.
Was it?
Yeah, there was clones dressed up as Jedis.
Oh.
So when Obi-Wan and Yoda turn up to the temple, there was like clones pretending to be Jedi. It was a deleted scene.
It's like Green Goblin pretended to be that old lady.
Yeah. You look rather butch. Hello, darling. Mind you, William Defoe does look like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he didn't even need the mask.
Oh, no. Christ.
With a robe type thing. Well, I was actually, my next clone, I haven't got any clone bodies now at the moment.
I refuse to put a hood or a cloak on a clone.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, my next clone I want to do is an assassin type clone, but I want to do a ghillie suit on him, which a ghillie suit is all right on as a hood. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a raincoat.
Yeah, it's like to blend in.
Yeah, so a ghillie suit. I'll do that, but with a ghillie suit. It'll be an assassin clone with a lightsaber. But anyway, we've ended up there. It's carry on going.
Yeah, that's it. We've ended up to 1 hour, which is good.
Right. So I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, head over to Instagram, follow us there. If you've got Instagram, YouTube, follow us both on there, subscribe.
Because you already be here already.
Yeah, but obviously we're streaming on both channels, aren't we? So head over to each other's channels. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
A space pirate clone.
Space pirate. Evening, by the way. Why do people come when we're finishing up?
Yeah,
Space pirate clone. I can put a clone head on on Hondo.
OR.
Yeah. Yar. Why is all the rum gone?
Yeah. Commander Blackbeard.
Yeah. Commander Sparrow.
Yeah.
Right, anyway. So, hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you later. See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.